Ghost jobs. The mystery of fake job postings. Job ads are published without any real intention of filling the position externally. But why do they exist? The views are my own. It's frustrating, and the haunting doesn't seem to end. The title, the company, the description. You found your dream job. Everything just fits, especially in the current job market, where good jobs are rare, almost too good to be true. You prepared all your documents, you go through a very long application process, and then you never hear back. Sometimes interviews are even conducted just for show. You're lucky if you receive at least a rejection, but even that often takes a long time and feels like nothing more than an empty disappointment. Chances are high that you've encountered a so-called ghost job, a fake job posting. Ghost jobs are job advertisements that seem open but are either already internally filled or were never intended to be filled in the first place. It almost feels like fraud or misleading behavior. Imagine a store promoting products it never intends to sell. Consumer protection agencies and local media would immediately speak up. Now, bring this idea into the job market. There, these fake listings are often accepted and rarely questioned. It once again shows the unequal power balance between applicants and recruiters. In some companies, this seems to be common practice. But why? After all, posting job ads costs time and money. On paper, they look exactly like real vacancies. The true reason varies from company to company. Here are a few possible explanations. Creating the illusion of growth, especially to impress investors or competitors. More common among startups and young companies. Checking market salary levels. Company may use applications to understand salary expectations for internal pay structures, future hires, to outsource roles abroad. Every company wants to stay competitive and invest wisely. But why not use a study or a survey instead? Checking skills. Companies may want to see whether their current employees are still competitive or where training is needed. It can also help them to discover tools and skills they may not even know for future roles. Building talent pools. Companies aim to collect data from candidates for the future. In some cases, the only way into a talent pool is through a normal application. The wording can be hidden, such as, "Would you like to share your profile with similar roles over the next few months?" Often, nothing ever happens in these pools. From an applicant's point of view, it feels like a dead end. That said, there are also examples where talent communities work well and where entry does not depend on traditional application forms. Why not invest energy in better hiring processes instead of ghost jobs? Formal compliance for internal hiring. A fair and transparent hiring process is important, but bringing in external applicants only to use them as a guinea pig for an almost certain internal hire is more than questionable. Putting pressure on employees. Sometimes job ads are used to suggest that replacements can be found quickly, creating competition and the impression that someone better is ready for the role. It can also be used to show, "Look, we are hiring, we are doing well." This practice is especially common in the United States, where layoffs often happen faster. Gathering information. Spying. In some cases, ghost jobs are used to gain insider information that companies would normally have to pay for. It's convenient to interview applicants from competitors or from companies whose products you use. Ontario, Canada has introduced the world's first law against job ghosting and ghost jobs. The tricky part about ghost jobs is that they are very hard to tell apart from the real job postings. They appear on mainstream platforms and often only become obvious during the application process. This is one reason why so little is done about them. After all, job boards earn more money when applicants search longer and more listings are posted. There are only a few signs, and even those offer guidance, not certainty. In a separate video, I explain how to recognize ghost jobs. Remember, a rejection is never a reason to lose confidence. During your job search, trust your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, it usually isn't, especially when applying for jobs. Know your value and the value of your time. You are more than just a data set. You deserve honesty and transparency, and you should not waste your time on companies that use ghost jobs instead of clear communication. We all receive rejections in life, and many of us will fall for a ghost job at some point. So watch out for the many job ghosts and focus even more on real opportunities.